Mexicans are celebrating. Their nation celebrates the 203rd anniversary of independence from Spain. Mexican people all over the world are commemorating what is known as the Call of Suffering Revolution, which marked the first step towards the independence of Mexico. Mexicans commemorate the early hours of September 16, 1810, when a priest of the city of Dolores in Guanajuato, Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, rang the bell of the church to gather the people of the city. He urged the people to stand up against the Spanish crown and start a war to make the country independent. Though the Mexican nation would not earn its independence until 1821, this event is known as the Grito del Dolores. It's celebrated every year in all of the cities of Mexico as well as in all of the country's embassies around the world. The biggest celebrations were held in the Mexican city of Zocalo. The city was decorated with red, white, green lights and also with Mexican flags. At 11 o'clock sharp on September 15th, the President of the Mexican Republic went to the balcony of the Central National Palace and rang the same bell that Hidalgo rang in 1810. The President addressed the people gathered in the square and they answered with enthusiasm, "Long live Mexico!"
Mexicanos, vivan los héroes que nos dieron patria y libertad. Viva Hidalgo, viva Morelos, viva Josefa Ortiz de Domínguez, viva Allende, viva Aldama, viva Galeana y Matamoros, ¡viva Guerrero! ¡Viva la independencia nacional! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva México!
As every year, the celebration of Mexican Independence Day takes place all over the world. One of the places that held celebrations was the Mexican Embassy in Rome. Hundreds of people and high representatives from all countries were invited to participate during the celebrations. High officials from Mexico and Italy, diplomats in Rome, and dozens of Mexican citizens were present at the embassy to celebrate together this special day. The ceremony started with exciting symbolism. The Mexican ambassador in Rome, Miguel Ruiz Cabanas Izquierdo, raised the Mexican flag. The event was applauded by all of the people present. After that, the band played the national anthem of Mexico and of Italy. And the special host of the event was the Mexican ambassador in Rome, Miguel Ruiz Cabanas Izquierdo, who welcomed all of those who were present and talked about the importance of this day for all Mexicans.
Distinguished members of the Diplomatic Corps, thank you very much for being here with us in this very special day for the Mexican people. Today, we commemorate not only our national independence, but our own name. We are Mexicans, because 203 years ago, a generation of Mexicans raised in arms against the colonial power. Those Mexicans decided that it was about time the Mexican people govern itself and be recognized by others as Mexicans.
203 years ago, Miguel Hidalgo addressed to the people saying, "Long live the heroes of the country, long live Mexico." The same words were repeated by Ambassador Cabanas.
¡Viva Doña Josefa Ortiz de Domínguez! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México!
The ambassador from Japan to Rome, Masaru Kono, was one of the high officials to wish the Mexican people well.
Independence to Mexico and Mexican people. We have a special relationship. Exactly 400 years ago, Japanese official mission set sail in Japan, went to Mexico, finally ended up in Rome 400 years ago. So since then we have been having a wonderful relationship between Mexico and Japan. So congratulations.
You also are the representative of Japan in Albania.
Yes.
How do you think are the relations between Japan and Albania?
We are having a very sound and good relationship, and there are much more potential for the future. And congratulations for your government, new government, and we would like to promote further the relationship between our two countries.
In which sector do you think that we can invest, that Japan can invest in Albania? In which sector?
Well, of course, Japanese interest should be more infrastructure-related investment toward Albania. And for us, from your side, probably food industries and others are one of the future potentials to come to Japan, I think.
For the first time, a special wish came from the Honorary Consul of Mexico in Tirana, Uli Androci.
Edhe unë si konsul I nderit Shteteve të Bashkuara të Meksikës në Tiranë, As Honorary Consul of the United States of Mexico in Tirana, I am here today to celebrate together the 203rd anniversary of Mexico. I had the possibility to visit, only a month ago, the Mexican state, their capital city, Mexico City, and I got amazed of the rare beauties that I saw. I wish a long life to this country.
For 8 months, there's been a strong bridge between Albania and Mexico, and this bridge is through the Honorary Consul.
We have the honor to have an honorary consul in Albania, and we feel very proud that he represents Mexico in his country.
Since this council that you said has been in Albania, do you think that the relation between Mexico and Albania has been reinforced? What has changed after this?
Of course it has changed. Mr. Indrochi visits to Mexico have changed the perception of Albania and Mexico. Now Albania, I would say, is in our map. Albania is in our map because of him and because of this relation that we are developing.
Unë jam munduar të bëj një bashkëpunim shumë të fortë mes Shqipërisë dhe Meksikës.
I have tried to strengthen the cooperation between Albania and Mexico. We have had contacts with the Mexican embassy here in Rome, and during all these months we have done a great job to increase the level of cooperation among businessmen and Albanian people who wish to go to Mexico.
Qytetarëve shqiptar që duan të lëvizin nga Shqipëria drejt Meksikës.
The Honorary Consul of Mexico in Tirana, Mr. Indrochi, insisted that both sides are committed to facilitate the Albanian wish to get a visa to go to Mexico.
Pa mbështetjen e ambasadorit të Romës, ne nuk do ishim sot këtu dhe pa koordinimin që ambasada e Romës bën me Shqipërinë.
Without the support of the ambassador of Rome, we wouldn't be here today. The coordination of the embassy in Rome with Albania was crucial to allow the free movement of Mexicans towards Albania. I must also thank the Albanian state, which, in a short time, removed the visas for the Mexicans who want to come to Albania. During my first visit in Mexico City, I met with representatives of the Mexican Foreign Ministry, and I have faith that soon the Albanian people will be able to get visas to go to Mexico for tourism or business.
Bërë turizëm apo për të kaluar dhe një javë të këndshme në shumë qytete të Meksikës.
The meetings attended by Mr. Indrochi in Mexico and the Economic Forum of Albania have clearly shown that tourism is one of the sectors where Mexicans can invest in Albania. Mr. Indrochi also stated that during his visit to the Mexican Embassy of Rome, he presented the potential of Albania to a series of high Mexican officials.
Të përfaqësosh një shtet kaq të madh.
To represent such a big country like Mexico and represent it with the title of Honorary Consul is one of the greatest prides of my life. I was able to meet distinguished personalities of Europe, such as ambassadors, consuls and businessmen who wished to visit Albania. They stated that during the last years, Albania has moved forward and has changed a lot, especially in the area of tourism. I felt very proud of what I heard during my meeting with them. Normally, tourism is the most important area to be developed in Albania. Our country has a great space, and this means that every local or foreign businessman has the possibility to invest in the domain of tourism in Albania.
Ka një hapësirë që çdo biznesmen I huaj apo vendës ka mundësi në Shqipëri të zhvillojë turizëm.
The Mexican ambassador to Rome also shared his enthusiasm that Albania is an economic center to invest within the region.
I think that represents a good opportunity for Albania in terms that Albania, we see it as the center of that region of Europe. The economic center of that region is Albania. Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia, and other countries. I think that is very significant for us.
Mr. Indrochi has also thought of another step to show the potential for cooperation between the two countries and promised that soon there will be another business forum.
Biznesmenët që merrin pjesë sot këtu shprehin dëshirën për të bërë një takim sa më të shpejt në Tiranë, një forum.
The businessmen who participated here today expressed their wish to attend a meeting in Tirana and a forum to discuss the interests of local and foreign investors. A lot of Italian and Mexican businessmen who were present today expressed their wish to visit Albania and see the infrastructure and tourism of our country. We will definitely have a meeting like this, since the role of the Council is to strengthen the bilateral business politics between Albania and Mexico.
Është ta afrojmë sa më shumë politikat e biznesit mes shteteve tona.
These last 8 months of cooperation will result in a concrete project. The same idea was supported by the trade advisor of Mexico in Milano, Oscar Camacho, who also said that soon Mexican enterprises will come to invest in Albania.
As for Mexico, that I'm a representative for the investment agency, we have 36 offices around the world that promote the investment and increase the commercial relations between countries and Mexico. I love Albania. I was in Tirana 3 months ago. I was visited for the ambassador, for the consul that we have in Albania, and we see a lot of opportunities because between Mexico and Albania, especially in infrastructure, in tourism, and a lot of in agriculture. So we think we are going to increase the bilateral relations. In that time, we were talking with the Chamber of Commerce. We had a seminar, and we are really happy. And I think in a really short time we are going to have something to do in Albania and some Albaneses in Mexico. We are working in this, and soon we are going to visit again Albania, bringing something for especially some entrepreneurs to invest in Albania.
Mr. Camacho could not ignore his emotions regarding this celebration and wish the people of Mexico well on their Independence Day.
For Mexico, it's the best day because it represents Mexico, it represents life, it represents culture, it represents how the Mexicans feel this day. So this is one of the most important days in our life as Mexicans.
Mr. Luis Alva also gave his good wishes on Mexican Independence Day.
Thank you very much. We're working very hard to have a better relationship with Italy and Albania, and Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
The presence of the famous Italian politician Giuliano Rossettani was also noticed among the invited guests.
To live the Independence Day is always an extraordinary thing, but it is even more extraordinary when the feast is realized from Mexicans, since they were able to take their independence after a lot of years of war. This is why we must always remind with pride this day. The nation is very important, since all people can be identified from their nation.
Mexicans are home, and that's why they celebrate like only they can. Dozens of them have come from other cities of Italy to unite at the Embassy of Rome.
The National Day is our proud. It's when Mexicans really feel Mexicans. When we celebrate with family, with friends, we have celebration all night long with Mexican music, Mexican songs. It's really the day that would make us feel Mexicans.
Questo è un giorno molto particolare per la nostra sede diplomatica perché
This is a very special day for our embassy since it unites all Mexican people, no matter what their profession is, because this is a Mexican territory. This is a strong message that comes from their nation. Long live to Mexico. I hope that everything goes well. Mexico deserves it for being a great country, stated an employee of the embassy.
Pues viva México y que todo vaya lo mejor de lo mejor porque se lo merece. Es un país muy grande.
Auguri al Messico, un paese bellissimo, pieno di attività culturali.
Congratulations to Mexico. It is a gorgeous country full of cultural activities, full of life and full of young people who play music. I wish them move forward.
Un augurio veramente di crescere e di farsi avanti sulla scena internazionale.
¿Qué significa que me vine desde Haití?
I have come all the way from Haiti to celebrate. I'm here on vacations and I came in embassy to join the party. This is the Independence Day. This is the day when all Mexicans unite to celebrate.
Hola, soy Alicia. Estoy aquí en la Embajada Italiana en Roma.
I am Alicia. I have come here today to celebrate the Independence Day, which is always celebrated in this embassy. Long life to Mexico.
I am a colonel of the Mexican Army. Today we celebrate and commemorate the war that was fought in order to make the country independent. We are happy that our nation celebrates an historical day like this.
There is nothing missing in the traditional Mexican feast. The music of the mariachas, the famous musical groups from Mexico, their famous drink, tequila, and their traditional food made this celebration something special. The Mexican feast continued. Viva Mexico is what you could hear at all the tables celebrating this historic day.